If you think only big animals can be heroes, wait till you hear this tiny tale. This is a story that proves courage isn't measured in pounds or inches, but in the size of your heart. Sometimes, the bravest souls come in the smallest, fluffiest packages. And today, we're about to meet one such hero, a kitten whose spirit shines brighter than the biggest lion's roar. Meet Whiskers, the tiniest kitten on Maple Street. But don't let her size fool you, her heart is huge. With her soft gray fur, twinkling eyes, and a purr that could melt even the iciest heart, Whiskers is the kind of kitten everyone adores. She's the smallest in her litter, but she's always the first to explore, the first to climb, and the first to offer a comforting nuzzle to anyone feeling down. Her world is a patchwork of cozy porches, friendly neighbors, and the gentle hum of suburban life. One rainy afternoon, Whiskers noticed her best friend, a playful puppy named Max, looking sad and scared. The sky was gray, and raindrops tapped against the windows. But what caught Whiskers' attention wasn't the weather. It was Max's drooping tail and the way he shivered, not from the cold, but from something much worse, fear. Max, usually so full of energy and joy, was sitting alone, his big brown eyes filled with worry. Max's owner was yelling and pulling him harshly. Whiskers knew this wasn't right. She watched from the window, her tiny heart pounding. She'd seen humans get upset before, but never like this. The angry voice echoed through the rain, and Max whimpered, shrinking away. Whiskers felt a surge of protectiveness. She couldn't just sit by and watch her friend suffer. Now, Whiskers could have just hidden under the couch. It would have been easy to stay safe, tucked away in the shadows, pretending nothing was wrong. After all, she was just a kitten. What could she possibly do against a grown-up human? But deep down, Whiskers knew that real heroes don't hide when someone needs help. Instead, she puffed up her fur, summoned all her courage, and leapt onto the scene. Her tiny paws barely made a sound as she darted across the room, but her determination was as loud as thunder. Whiskers didn't know exactly what she was going to do, but she knew she had to do something. Her heart raced, but she pressed on, fueled by love and loyalty. She meowed, hissed, and even knocked over a vase to distract the angry human. The crash startled everyone, and for a moment, all eyes were on Whiskers. She arched her back, fluffed her tail, and let out the fiercest meow she could muster. It was a bold move for such a tiny creature. But Whiskers knew that sometimes you have to make a little noise to be heard. The chaos gave Max a precious moment to slip away from his owner's grip. For a kitten, that's basically going full superhero mode. In that instant, Whiskers wasn't just a house pet. She was a caped crusader, a tiny guardian standing up for what's right. Her bravery filled the room, and even the humans seemed to pause, surprised by her courage. Whiskers had never felt so powerful, so sure of herself. While the commotion gave Max a chance to wriggle free, Whiskers led him through a tiny hole in the fence. Her secret escape route. She'd discovered it weeks ago during one of her backyard adventures, and now it was their lifeline. The rain soaked their fur as they squeezed through, but Whiskers didn't stop. She glanced back to make sure Max was following, her eyes shining with determination. Together, they dashed through puddles and over muddy grass, hearts pounding with hope and fear. Together, they dashed to a kind neighbor's house, where they found safety, cuddles, and lots of treats. The neighbor, Mrs. Willow, opened her door and gasped in surprise at the soggy, shivering pair. She wrapped them in warm towels, offered gentle words, and set out bowls of milk and biscuits. For the first time that day, Max's tail wagged, and Whiskers purred with relief. They were safe, together, and surrounded by kindness. Whiskers didn't just save Max. She reminded us that you don't need to be big to be brave. Her actions spoke louder than words, showing everyone that even the smallest friend can make the biggest difference. Max looked at Whiskers with gratitude and admiration, knowing he'd found a true hero in his tiny companion. Their bond grew stronger, and their story became a legend on Maple Street. Sometimes the smallest paws make the biggest difference. Whiskers' courage rippled through the neighborhood, inspiring others to stand up for their friends, no matter their size. Her tiny paw print left a mark on every heart she touched, reminding us all that bravery comes in all shapes and sizes. So hug your pets a little tighter today. And remember, heroes come in all sizes. Whether you're big or small, furry or not, you have the power to make a difference. Whiskers' story is a reminder that love, loyalty, and courage can change the world, one tiny paw at a time.